and welcome in to be our guest. And we are fortunate to have with us again Brittani Harris. And Brittani is a licensed nutrition. You have your license as a nutritionist. So, and we're going to cover a couple of topics that I think are of interest to you. Where I think what I love is learning, and that's what our audience likes. So this is a very special month. First of all, what is this month?
Older Americans Month.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because I'm one of them. And we were going to talk about three different things today. One, there's so much information and disinformation out there about what is good for you, what isn't. Where do you need to look to be sure you're getting the right information?
So the most important thing is getting your information from evidence-based and licensed individuals, medical practitioners. I'm a registered and licensed dietitian. I'm licensed in the state of Alabama. I'm credentialed by the Commission on Dietetic Registration. It's fancy, but that means that by law, I can't just tell you what I think. I have to tell you things that are evidence-based, that are backed by scientific articles. That's what you want. You want to get information from a medical professional like your doctor, your cardiologist, your primary care practitioner. There's going to be a lot of things that come up on social media or on the internet. You know, anybody can put on a white coat and say something really loud.
Right.
You want something from some information from someone who has a license or has a legal obligation that has to tell you something that is based in fact.
I think that is such a major important point, and thank you for that. Was a very clear explanation. I like that. We need that. And then we were talking about, as you age, your vitamin requirements are different. And let's talk a little bit about that.
So one vitamin in particular that is a little more difficult for us as we age is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 gives us energy. It's typically found in animal sources. There's something that's in your body called intrinsic factor that helps you process that vitamin B12 and utilize it, that we lose as we age. So a vitamin B12 supplement, normally done in the form of an injection that could be done at your doctor's office, is what's often recommended. It's not always recommended. You can ask your doctor, hey, I want to check my B12 levels. I've been feeling a little tired. I don't feel like I have as much energy as I used to. That's something that they can check with your regular blood work. And if they find that it's a little low, that's something they can treat there.
Well, how about vitamins, vitamin B12, and you know, there's some good vitamins out there. Would that be something we can do without having to have injections or go to the doctor?
Yes, a daily multivitamin is a great way to make sure that you're getting all your micronutrient needs. Micronutrients, just a fancy word for saying all the little tiny nutrients that you need, like vitamin A or vitamin D. All of those things are what we would call micronutrients. Macronutrients are things like carbohydrates, proteins, and fats.
And we can't overdose on vitamin B. Is that water soluble?
It is a water soluble vitamin. Yes.
So you're not. That's something where, I mean, some vitamins you don't need to be taking too much.
Yes, there are two different types of vitamins. There are fat soluble vitamins, which are what you can have a toxic effect of. You can have too many build up, and it can build it up and become toxic. Water soluble vitamins are ones that you'll lose when you urinate, those kind of things. And there are multiple B vitamins. You know, you'll find a B vitamin supplement in the store, which will have folic acid, which is a B vitamin. The one that I'm talking about in particular is B12, but you could also do a B vitamin complex. There's one that you can buy that way that has folic acid and niacin, all those different B vitamins in. But a general multivitamin, like a daily multivitamin, is a great way to make sure that you're meeting all those micronutrient needs.
Of course, the best way is to get it through food.
Yes.
And that's the best tasting way to get it.
Yes.
But really, supplements for older Americans are really good. And the last point we wanted to make is one that a psychiatrist, a doctor who is on with us, has made. We asked the question about the three primary things that you could do to try to prevent Alzheimer's, dementia, and he said food, exercise, and social activity. And of those three, the most important was socialization. And we're talking about your senior citizens. Let's tell us a little bit about nutrition and eating together. You mentioned that, and I think you're right on.
Yes, this is an opportunity for me to talk about the senior centers throughout the state of Alabama that we do through the Elderly Nutrition Program. And what we do at those senior centers, we do activities. We do fun activities like devotionals, line dancing, things like that. They also do they do evidence-based ones as well. So that means things like Tai Chi to help improve arthritis. They do bingo size, which is popular. They have to be evidence-based, which we talked about, evidence-based to show benefits in older populations.
Great.
Also, we have meals at those senior centers, nutrient-dense meals that are designed to meet at least 1/3 of your requirements for the day. But one of the big things that we focus on doing at those senior centers is congregating. We congregate, we fellowship, we build community, and that community is uplifting. As we age, we're more likely to be alone more often, which can increase your risk of mental health conditions, things like anxiety or depression. So simply, you lower that risk by being in community, and you can do that at the senior center. You can do it anywhere, but you can do it at the senior center too.
Well, you just get the whole package at the senior center, which is nice to one-stop shop.
Indeed.
Well, listen, your department is doing such great things, and you have been just a pleasure. And thank you for your information. Folks, listen to what she has to say, and let's go and have fun as older Americans. And we'll be right back. Stay with us.